Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Kotobukiya Super Robot Wars Valsione. If you thought girl robot kits were limited to the Super Fumina and the new Kotobukiya Frame Arms Girls kits, there is one more, or at least one more that I know of. I'm sure there's actually probably more as well, but this one is actually one that I did not know of, but this was actually given to me from a friend of mine in America, Alex. So once again, thanks Alex for sending me this kit to check out and share with other people and just enjoy. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. It looks really super unique. Obviously this kind of model kit is not something that we have a lot of just in existence. So, and it's my first time ever checking out any Super Robot Wars kits. Now this is a pretty old one, I know, so I don't know how that's going to maybe compare to newer Super Robot Wars kits. I'll have to maybe check out a newer one a little bit later. But yeah, so this is a really unique kit. Obviously here we're going to be checking out the Japanese pronunciation as Valsione, but I'm just kind of going by Valsione. I think that's probably how we would pronounce it in English, right? Or you could say Valsione, whatever you want. Anyway, it's a girl in this suit, and then she has a big rifle. And yeah, so I don't know really about Super Robot Wars. This is from Super Robot Wars OG Original Generations. So I really don't know anything about the game at all, so I know some of you guys do. So if you do know more about the character or something like that, I want to share that in the comments, please feel free. I'll check that out, and other people can read that as well if you want. So here's just a look at the front of the box. We just have all of that here at the bottom. Just this is a 1:144 scale action figure, but this kit is pretty large. So here we can see on the bottom, just going to be basically the same thing. Here on the side, came to the wrong side first, I think. Here's just some other Super Robot Wars kits here that were out at that time. Obviously, I think these are all from the Original Generations series, but we do also have more out since then. This is one that I wouldn't mind getting here, although I do forget the name of that at the moment. I believe it's a version of the Huckabee, no, or something like that. Anyway, I'm not sure. Again, don't really know a whole lot about Super Robot Wars, but I have seen some kits that do look pretty cool that I do want to check out. The list price for this is listed here over for Kotobukiya kits is 4,800 yen, so a little bit more expensive, but again, Kotobukiya kits usually are. So here is some images here of the kits with some explanation here, maybe about some different gimmicks and stuff. There in Japanese, but we can see she's got a sword, she's got a face, I think a couple different face options here with this kit, which is something the Super Fumina did not have, unfortunately. You have this cool rifle there as well, and some information all about that. So let's get this opened up and check it out. I'm assuming this kit is not going to be as pervy as the Super Fumina as well, just based on the design. So here's the instruction manual. We'll come back to that in a moment. I just want to take a look quick through the parts here. You can see, just based on the size of those hands there, I can see this is going to be much larger than a 1/144 scale Gundam, so probably closer in size comparison. In the review, we'll compare it to some Gundam kits, but it looks like it's going to be closer to 1/100. I can see there's some Kotobukiya style pre-painted parts on there, just a little bit of pre-painting. Usually they do that on just a couple parts. Anyway, there's some hair, some more hair and face stuff here. There's some more pre-painted stuff. We'll come back to that again. Some green parts, some yellow parts, some breast parts, some more yellow parts, some more pre-painted stuff on there. I can see some more little Kotobukiya style, these really tiny runners, just a bunch of those. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get back to the instructions here. So here's just a nice, similar to a Bandai like high-grade instruction manual. Here we just have a really big sample image there of the painted kit. On the back here, just again, some more about the gimmicks or details about that. Like this chest part is the direct motion link system. I don't know, other stuff says on there, some more details. So this should be cool, the different face options we have for this. Let's see, what have we got here? Looks like the parts list is a separate piece of paper. So here's our parts list. And Kotobukiya has a few little different style markings for their manuals, but I'm sure you can figure it all out. Alright, so let's get back to this here. Just on this inside portion here we can see, I'm guessing that's maybe the character associated with this. I don't know how. Again, just I don't really know anything about Super Robot Wars. So then there's some artwork there, a color guide here with all those paint ratios. Those look like some complicated paint ratios, if I'm reading that correctly. But anyway, there's all of that. So the instructions going to start off here with what is that? Looks to be the shoulders. First, it's not exactly labeled which section it is, but I can tell now that's the shoulders and arms, it looks like. Then onto the legs. So it looks like legs, and then building the head. And there we can see different options there for the face. Then the chest, then the wings, then the weapons, and then just putting it all together there at the end. And that is it. So let's go ahead and take a look at these runners. Alright, so to start off, no stickers or water slides, anything like that included with this kit, but here is the hair, the top of the head anyway, and these face parts here. Once again, we have just a kind of normal face and a kind of angry exclaiming face, and then a piece there for the neck as well. So really cool. This is all like just pre-painted on there. From just taking a look at the runners, just taking them out of the bags and stuff, it seems like this is going to be a kit that you can of course repaint, but it seems to be set up that you really aren't going to need to paint this much. Anyway, you'll see as we take a look through more of the runners. But so anyway, that face though, just right off the bat, is a great start. Then we do have some polycaps here, a 1/144 scale PC runner here, and we do have two of these, just some kind of standard polycap material here in gray. Runner A, pretty small runner here, looks like mostly just parts probably for like the torso, and I believe these are maybe the front skirt there as well, or what would essentially be front skirts, and a cat hair that I can't seem to get off the runner. Runner B, on the other hand, is quite a large runner, the largest runner we have in this kit, which is obviously mainly parts there, looks like for the wings for the most part. Runner C is still more white here, just a lot of smaller parts, and especially a lot of different hands here. Looks like we're going to have maybe 3 different options, it looks like, maybe for the hands: closed fist, holding hands, and open hands for all of them. These don't have any pre-painting, so like I know the fingernails on them are like supposed to be green or something, if I remember correctly, just from the artwork. So like there will be some stuff, obviously some smaller color apps that will need to be painted. Just to give you an idea, the markings for all these runners is 1/44 Valsione, or Valsione if you're reading it in Japanese. Here's runner D with the last of our white parts here, more parts there for the shoulders and legs and stuff. And here you can see an example of a pre-painted part. So just a white part there with some green paint painted on that. And we do have 2 of the D runner. Runner E, very small, just in this kind of light green color. It's not quite like seafoam green, but it's almost to like that tone of green. Runner F is once again in that same tone of green here as well, and we can see more pre-painted parts here. The white is painted on those 4 parts, and we do have 2 of this F runner as well. Runner G is now onto just a regular yellow here for these parts, and we can see more pre-painted parts here, some white and green painting on those 2 parts there. You can see those parts are very nicely protected by this plastic. The Kotobukiya runners in general usually tend to be a lot heavier with their plastic. I think the plastic they use just for the runner itself, the tree, is thicker, it seems like, than what Bandai uses. So it could explain part of why their cost is higher, because they're using a lot more on plastic, kind of unnecessarily, I think. Runner H here, more yellow and a little bit more pre-painted parts here, 2 on there. We do have 2 of this H runner again. Runner I is a couple of small parts there, and then our 2 big main parts for the back of the hair. You can see those are just going to fit into each other to make the long hair out the back. Runner J is just molded in simple gray. We got parts there. It looks like basically the rifle is just big 2 parts you're just going to slap together. The sword has 4 parts, but still overall everything's going to be pretty simple in there for the weapons. Runner K, a tiny little runner here in a darker green color there for just these 4 little parts. They're going to be in this dark green. But then back to the light green once again for runner L here. These are kind of similar to polycaps just in their shape and function, but these are just molded plastic parts. And we do have 2 of this L runner to finish out all of our parts. So that's going to be it for unboxing the Kotobukiya frame arms 1/144 scale Valsione. Yeah, really excited about this kit. Looks really cool just because it's so unique, right? So I'll snap this up and then we'll take a look at this in the review. I'll compare this, I think, fittingly to the Super Fumina as well as a couple other Gundam kits, so you can just have an idea just about the size and how it's going to look in comparison. So thank you guys for watching. Hope this was interesting. Like I said, one of my goals this year was to try to show you guys some more non-Gundam stuff. I have shown you a couple things, but I've been a little bit behind. So hopefully going to try to get back to showing you some more non-Gundam stuff here throughout the rest of this year. So here's the first thing we're going to be taking a look at, and I'll see you guys in the review. Bye bye.